My name is Sanjay Gupta. I'm a cardiologist in York. Today's video is on the subject of medical quotas. Right, so this video is entitled The Cost of Blind Trust When Medical Quotas Hurt the People We Swore to Help. Now, in some parts of the world, a doctor is not just a professional. They are seen as godlike. What happens when that trust is used not to heal, but to profit? So today I want to speak about something that weighs heavy on my mind, a silent yet devastating problem that is playing out in many private hospitals, particularly in countries like India and Pakistan. It is the issue of procedure quotes, the practice where hospitals demand a certain number of bypass operations, stent insertions, or procedures from their consultants every month, not based on medical necessity, but on business targets. This practice is not just unethical, it's tragic. In countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, doctors are revered. We are seen not just as experts, but often as divinely guided. For many patients and their families, a doctor's word is law. So imagine this: a patient, poor, frightened, sits across from a doctor who tells them, "You need a bypass immediately." What do? They panic, they don't question, they sell land, pawn jewelry, take out loans, beg family and friends for help, all to pay for a life-saving operation. But here's the cruel truth. Sometimes that procedure was never truly needed, and the family will never know. They'll only remember that the doctor saved them, even if that doctor was simply meeting their monthly quota. Let's be clear, this is not about isolated bad doctors. It is a systemic problem. Some private hospitals have targets. You need to do 50 stents this month, or bring in 10 bypass operations per month. And so the incentive shifts from helping people to hitting numbers. Doctors, pressured by job security, institutional expectations, or even financial bonuses, may feel compelled to offer procedures that are marginal, unproven, or outright unnecessary. There are some real-world examples. I think there was a report from Gujarat in India where doctors at a private hospital were caught inflating angiogram results to show severe blockages, pushing patients into unnecessary stent placements. There was also something called the ESIC scheme fraud from Delhi, where private hospitals were overbilling for cardiac procedures under a government scheme, including surgeries that had no documented indication. There are a lot of anecdotes from young doctors. Many describe hospital managers urging them to push procedures, or referring doctors being incentivized based on the number of cath lab referrals. What does this mean for the patient? The patient suffers physically, undergoing surgeries with real risks, infection, bleeding, and even death. They suffer financially, often pushing families into long-term debt. They suffer emotionally, living with the trauma of a heart operation that may have been avoidable. And worst of all, they'll never know, because the person they trusted the most told them it was the only option. So to my fellow doctors, I understand you didn't sign up to be a salesperson, you signed up to become a healer. And yet many of us are caught in a system that rewards volume, not virtue. But it is important that we remember this. Our first duty is to do no harm, even if that means speaking up, even if that means walking away. Lots needs to change. We need more transparency. Patients deserve to understand why a procedure is being recommended, what the alternatives are, and what the risks are. It is very important for patients to have the right to a second opinion, especially for invasive treatments. We must normalize seeking independent second opinions, ideally from institutions with no financial stake. There needs to be a lot stronger regulation. Hospitals must be held accountable for pressurizing doctors to meet quotas. This is not medicine, this is malpractice. So William Osler said, to cure sometimes, to relieve often, and to comfort always. We need to return to this ancient ideal. Let us be worthy of the trust our patients place in us, not because they see us as gods, but because we act like humans, with integrity, with compassion, and with courage. If anyone has experienced this, and I think it's particularly rife in places like India and Pakistan, please do leave a comment below. Again, another conversation that we need to keep going. All the best. Thank you so much.